Hi everyone. Welcome to our very first SwiftXR workshop, where we would be looking at how to leverage, AR, VR for your brands, making use of SwiftXR. And without further ado, let me introduce myself. My name is Oluwatosin Ogunyebi. I'm a technical community manager here at SwiftXR. And before we go ahead, I would like my teammates to also introduce themselves, and we'll kick off from there. So, Ahmed, would you like to go first?
Hey, thank you, Tosin. My name is Hamed, and I'm the head of engineering here at SwiftXR, and happy to answer all the questions.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isiak, and I'm the head of growth at SwiftXR. Happy to meet you all.
Awesome. Great. So now that we've met the team, I think we can just get started with the session, or we could wait a little for a couple more people who are in the waiting room to join us. And yeah, Isiak, it would be in your hands right now.
Okay, thank you, Tosin. Can you see my screen?
Yes, absolutely. We can see your screen.
Okay, so should I go ahead now, or we should wait a little bit for the different individuals to join us? Maybe 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Okay, I think we can just give a total of about 2 minutes, and by 4:05, we get started immediately. We do have some people on the call already. Okay. Hi, Matthew. Hi, Taufik. And Anonymous, it's good to have you here. You can rename, your avatar so we can get to know you as well. And we're really happy to have you here. We would start in less than 2 minutes. Let's take our time. And we have more people joining already. Welcome, everyone. So I'm guessing we could get started already. It's almost 4 or 5, and yeah, over to you, Isia.
Okay. Good day, everyone. Happy to meet you again. My name is Isia Balamosi, and I'm the head of growth once again. So today we'll be looking at how can you share 3D designs faster on the web and with your client and your team. So that's basically what we are going to be exploring today for the workshop. So the agenda is, we are going to do a quick introduction to SwiftXR, after which I'm going to show you some use cases, like a project showreel of what has been created using the platform. Then we are going to have a live demo, which is going to be anchored by Tosin. So SwiftXR is a no-code platform where developers, 3D and 2D artists can create interactive experiences easily. So the process of creating this interactive experience is going to save them 99% of publishing time. It's also going to save like 99% of technicalities that is involved in creating a web AR or a web VR application. And with our platform, SwiftXR is also going to save you 98% of publishing costs. So what this means is that you don't have to pay like an exorbitant fee for you to publish on SwiftXR. So why are we using SwiftXR? There are already over 3.1 billion mobile devices that are already positioned to take advantage of the web AR and web VR technology. And as of 2020, companies, organizations, and individuals have spent over 18.8 billion USD, and this is only growing. And the third reason why we think like it is like, why do you use that is because 71% of consumers say that they are going to shop even more when they are able to see the products they want to buy or they want to purchase in AR. So what is our focus? Who are we targeting? So the major target of SwiftXR is, like non-technical users. And what this means for us is you don't have to have like coding experience. You don't have to have all of this. Like you don't have to need to write C# or C++ before you can create a web AR or web VR experience. We are creating a platform that is easy to use. So you just drag your assets and drop it there. So once you drag your asset and drop on the platform, you can immediately generate a URL that can be immediately viewed across the board for everybody, across any devices for everybody. So we are also, like developers who are also looking for quick iteration and prototyping. You want to quickly share the 3D models that you are working on with your clients. You want them to see the progress of work that you have done, and you don't want to, like spend a lot of time generating or doing like doing trying to get pictures or videos of high quality. So 3D artists, definitely, are you a 3D artist? Do you build 3D models? Do you, like, are you an architect? Do you in any way use 3D model? And the business is looking to boost their client engagements. So with SwiftXR, even if your device does not support AR, there's this fallback system that allows you to use or to see what has been created in 3D. So you can interact with it, move it around, and pan around and look at it. So how does it work? You can create SwiftXR, you can create an experience on SwiftXR in 4 easy steps. So the first one is you create a project on SwiftXR. When you go to SwiftXR and you create a project, you immediately then drop a 2D or 3D file on the platform. Sorry about that. So you immediately drop it to the 3D file on the platform. Then after dropping your 2D file, you can generate a publish link immediately, and it can be fed in AR as shown in the video. So the project show you, these are some samples of the project that have been created using SwiftXR. So we have Kovac AR. This is the first real estate company using prop tech in Nigeria to do business in the technical in the architecture space. So what they are doing is they have 3D models of different designs that they want to sell to their clients. Then they come to SwiftXR, drop their 3D model there, and immediately they can generate a WebAR link that can be shared with their clients anywhere in the world. So they don't always have to go to, they don't like you don't always have to travel or even send pictures that might be confusing. Your client is able to immediately interact with the products that they are going to be purchasing from you. We have artwork templates or like a artwork use case. So what you can do on SwiftXR is not really about the 3D artist alone. So earlier I mentioned 2D artists, and this is where they come in. So if you're an artist, you have drawn or painted an artwork, and you want everybody everywhere to be able to view it. But this time around, not just by sending the picture, you want them to be able to interact with it. You want them to see it in their environment. This is the right platform for you to use. Bring your 2D art into SwiftXR, drag and drop it on the platform, and we are going to convert it to a 3D artwork for you that immediately can be shared with clients, prospective buyers, even friends. So I like to talk about this a lot because in the education sector, you want to, like if you are teaching people how to do stuff, or you want them to learn about a particular organ or a particular body system, it is best that they know exactly what this thing look like. I know like a lot of us already have like all of these things, and we know that when you go there, like maybe when you open the biology textbook, you see pictures, and sometimes they are not relatable because you are just looking at the pictures. So with SwiftXR, you can create a microblog that everybody can look at, and when they are scrolling, like they can see the different organs in 3D, they can move around, they can even view the organs in AR. So yeah, thank you very much. This is like a very basic and a very simple introduction to SwiftXR, and like a summary of some of the projects that have been created using the platform. And yes, over to Tosin.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Isiak. We really appreciate that. And we've all just gone through, the basic way and the things we can really do with SwiftXR. But now we would go into details and try to see how we can play around with the platform and create something much more valuable. Awesome. So we will drop a link in the chat that has a couple of 3D models that we can make use of. on the platform itself, and we can use it to create our own test demos as well. So I would share my screen very soon enough, and we would get started. And just before then, we would have Q&A sessions at the end of this current session after we go through the SwiftXR demo itself. And if you have any questions, please feel free to just put them down and you can ask them at that point in time. Okay, so let me disable this and share my screen. Okay, just to be sure, can you all see my screen?
Yes, I see your screen.
Awesome, thank you very much. Okay, so to get started, let's go over to SwiftXR.io, and this should bring us to the SwiftXR's homepage where you can access the editor, the community as well, our documentation and our blog. So, sorry, let's just hit get started, and this would take us to the SwiftXR of itself. So the very first thing you would want to do when you get here is create your account if you haven't. So generally, if you don't have an account yet and click on get started, you should get a pop-up that asks you to create an account. And after creating your account, there are a couple of things you should look out for. The very first one would be the credits at the top right corner. So credits allow you to deploy your projects after creating them. That's making them available on the internet for other people to have a look at. So by default, when you create your account, you should have 5 credits given to you, and you can always purchase more credits later on. But for now, let's build our project totally free, even if we are not uploading at first. So to do that, let's create a new project, and we have a couple of templates here that we can use. And for today, what we are really trying to look at is how we can make use of the platform to quickly share our 3D models for those of us in the architecture space that are working on something I would like to show our clients, those of us in the real estate space as well that may be working on a 3D model of a building, or you're in the interior design space as well. Maybe you have a 3D model of a particular product you want to showcase to your clients even before they purchase it. So with that, we can make use of a quick product demo template, which is already set up with some SwiftXR default assets for us. So, start there as our canvas, and we can just edit it to what we seem fit. So after selecting this, let's create a new project, and we could call this product. We could call this product for client A, and we could give this a project description as well. And after that, let's hit create. So now we're in the SwiftXR editor itself, and let's take a quick run through of the SwiftXR editor. Over to the left of the screen here, we have the layers and the page settings tab. With the layers tab, you can see all the different components you have within this middle place here that we call our workspace. So before we go to our workspace, the page settings here, the page settings tab just shows us our page name, our page description, and our page icon, which will be used when we deploy our website. And you can kind of like see it at the top of the browser tab itself. And now back to our workspace. Our workspace is where we have our entire canvas that we can use to, move things around, edit our project to fit what exactly we want. And for this particular use case, we are looking at how we can, create a basic product that we can share with the clients. So let's say, for example, we want to share products, let's say interior design products share that we've created in our workshop, and we want the clients to view how it would look like in their space. What we would do generally would be to get a 3D model of our chair. And luckily for us, we were able to compile a list of 3D models that you can use for demo purposes. And if we just open up the different objects here, the different objects we have in our layers tab here, it just shows us the object that we have in our canvas one after the other. So we have this text element here that says robotic arm. So from here, we can already start changing what we have here currently. So if we go over to the right side of our editor, we now have the inspector and the configurator. So with the inspector, we're able to change some CSS properties of these objects that we have in our canvas as well. And with the configurator, we can change different properties based on the object selected in our layers here. So for example, if I select this model view component here, which houses this robot arm, you can see that the properties of the configurator itself changes. So we can start by editing the text here, and we could call this, let's say, chair for client A. And that's basically just titled there. And next thing is we want to maybe change the model here. This is definitely not the chair we want to use. So to do this, we can add different 3D models to our editor. We can add OBJ models, FBX models. We can add GLB models as well. And if we go through the link that was shared with us, we would have a couple of 3D models there already that we can make use of. So it has some architectural models, some interior models as well, and some product 3D models. So we could start off with this model here. So you can see here that this model has, it's a GLTF model, right? And you can just select the entire folder and drag it into our configurator here. And what would happen is SwiftXR would automatically convert that model to a GLB file. So you might ask, why a GLB file? Generally, GLB and GLTF files are what we really use on the web. GLB, to be precise, that's what we really use on the web to share 3D models. So no matter the model format you have, the SwiftXR platform can easily convert it for you as well. So all we just need to do is drag this in here, and that should convert it to a GLB model. And you can see it says it has generated successfully. And now that we have this, you can see it is now a GLB folder, and we can see the chair in our SwiftXR platform. It might look like just drag and drop, like it's so easy to do, but trust me, there are platforms where you want to try this out, and you would have to go through a lot of processes just to get something like this on the web. So that's one beauty of SwiftXR. It makes it very much easy for you to share your models online as quick as possible. So now that we have this, we can continuously edit stuff here. We don't necessarily need this text, so we could remove it, and you could just give details about this chair that we have here. This chair, you could just give details here. Say this chair is shared with you for review and feedback. So you could have text like this just to communicate more with the client. And once you have this, the next thing to do would be to just publish the project and share with your client. So to do this, all we have to do here is go over to publish, and you can see here that we have the site name, the site URL. That would be the URL you would share with the client, and also you can share a QR code with the client depending on what you want to do. So let's click on publish here and wait for it to get uploaded to the server, and we would have our link generated soon enough. So please do not forget, if you're looking for the links to where we got some of the 3D models, it's available in the chat. And if you're just joining in, I will share the link once again so we all can have access to some of the 3D models used during this workshop. That's taking just a little while. Please do not mind my internet. This is really strange, as it should have, completed by now. I might just have this and see what happens. And let's try to publish once again. Okay, so here's what I'll do to not allow us to take too much time. I would get somebody on the team who has much more better internet as compared to mine, and quickly show us how we can upload this, and we would now share that link with each and every one of us, and we can now test it out. So let me just call on my team member to come and help me out here because my internet is really, really bad. I'm so sorry about that, guys. And it will just share screen in a couple of seconds and it will be with us.
Yeah, can I see my screen?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. So I'm just gonna pick up the model. I think it was this, right?
Yes, we did have the chair model, right?
This one. Good. So yeah. As Tosin was saying, like ideally, like to share stuff on the web, you need to have like a GLB, but you could just drop the whole folder here. And then we are smart enough to be able to actually convert that straight into GLBs. We're gonna just type what Tosin type. Client a chair. remove this, and then kind of review this model. Yeah. Now with this, I could just come and just change it for, and just open that. Yep, and that's it. Oh yeah. So how did it take so much?
So you see, when you're using bad internet, in some locations, it can really be annoying. Also, we're sorry about that, but you can see how fast it is with the right internet.
Okay, so I'm just gonna that's it, right? I can share the link. I'm just gonna copy it from here, and then I'm just gonna drop it in the chat. Good.
Awesome. That's great. So you all can share the link. You all can actually use the link and check it out itself, either on mobile or on your laptop as well. So if you're on the desktop or laptop, you might not be able to view it in AR due to the limited AR capabilities on your laptop device. But if you are on mobile, you can view it in AR as well.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and send it back to you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So we will just quickly do a quick test here as well in AR, and we would continue with some of the other things we can do on the platform as well. And just in a minute, we would get the link and share with you all right away.
Tosin, I think I've shared the link already.
Yes, I have gotten the link, so I'm just getting it over to my mobile so I can share with all of us.
Okay, great.
I believe you all can see my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Oh, okay. How my internet is good enough to do. So what's this? Can we all still see my screen? Okay, great. So now we have the 3D model here on a mobile device, and we can just hit viewing AR to view the model in AR as well. And there we go. And we're able to view the actual chair as well in AR. and you can walk around the chair just see what it looks like. And with that, we're able to, view the chair in AR, and same thing goes for everybody. And I believe you should be able to view it on your mobile device as well. So let's get back to the SwiftXR editor itself. And I will be sharing my screen right away. Can you all see my screen? Just can you see my screen? Hello?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
All right then. So sorry about the internet difficulties. Next thing we will now look at is how we can our accounts to actually publish. So generally, you would have a couple of credits here that you can use to publish your project, right? So let's say you have a team that you want to work with. So we also have the team feature that allows you to actually create a team, add people and invite them to the team, and you all can work on project together. So with your account as well, if we go back to the SwiftXR hub using this SwiftXR icon at the top left corner, here we can see our personal account and our team account. Currently, I'm on the team account. And if I switch over to my personal account, you can see that the credits I have on my personal accounts change as well. And same thing goes for when I switch back to my team account. So can also create a team. So currently, each user is allowed to create a maximum of just one team at the moment. So to create a team, you can just hit create team and create your team. And once you give your team a thing, let's say alpha team, and hit create team. So you can see here now that I have insufficient credits to create a team. And that's because that is my personal account. So if you have about 100 credits in your personal account, then you can create a team. So you need to have a couple of credits, before you can create a team, but you're limited to just one team at the moment. Awesome. I hope that makes sense to us all. So if you do have a team already, every team member in your team can actually make use of the credits dedicated to the team and use that to publish their project. So that's one way your team can leverage on the platform to, have everyone publish products or publish sites using the team credits. So you don't necessarily have to use personal credits to publish, when you're working on a team. And with that, we would go back to our SwiftXR editor, and let's open that up and see how we can add more products as well to our object here. So there are a couple of things we can still do to customize our projects a little bit more. We can leverage on our class here to change the different states for our model viewer components. If we select over, we can change the dimension and the color properties of our canvas. And when we switch to the click state as well, we can customize that. So with this, if we select over here in our class state, we can go over to, let's see, the background color, and we can change this up to, let's say, this color when we over on our objects. And same thing as well goes for the click state as well. So we can change the background color for when we click to, let's say, maybe a green, and we should. So when we deploy this should definitely work for us. And one other thing we can do is you can add more components from the design components tab as well. You can add the URL link, you can add images, you can add so much more. Ensure that you customize it to what you want. But generally, for people in the real estate, the product design space, this is really what you'd want to do. And we can have other models here as well. So instead of having just one model in your published website, you can actually have more models here. So you can, let's go over to our folder where we have all the models, and we can go over here and we can just drag this in as well to, let's say, we can select this entire thing here and just we can just come here and we can duplicate this. Awesome. So now we have two here, and we did miss our text. We should have duplicated that as well. And we could just drag this down here. So with this now, you should be able to create like a catalog of things you want. So you could say, this is like building for inspection as well. So with still that same project, you could have multiple stuff in there. And for this, we could go over to a 3D model here and drag in our wooden watchtower and just put it in here. And that should convert it also to a JLB file. And now we have a couple of, models here that, the clients can review. And with this, you should be able to deploy this and use that same link that was shared with us, right? And still share with the client. And you can also switch to the mobile to see how it looks like on mobile. And with this, you're good to go. You can use this to really share your 3D models with clients and every other thing. And I guess with that, we can now start looking at questions and answers. And once again, thank you all so much for joining us today. Any other questions or every question we would answer during the Q&A session. Thank you so much. Isiak, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Well done to us.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. It is time for Q&A. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat box, and we are going to attend to it. Questions, feedback, comments, what do you think?
And also, you could just, unmute and ask the question right here, and we would be happy to answer as well.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening. Good to have you.
Good evening. Good to have you. I will want to ask a question. My name is Uta Adeyemo. Yeah, you talk about the credit. Is the as in concerning the credit? Are you paying for that before you get the credit?
That's a very interesting
That's
one.
very
Isiak, would you like to answer
Would you
this?
like to answer this?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tosin. So for the credits, when you register on SwiftXR, you are given 5 free credits that you can use to, like start exploring on the platform. And when you need to do more things and you need more credits, then you can purchase that. And the way it works is very simple. The amount of work you do on SwiftXR, let's say like you bring a model of 2-3 MB, so it is 1 MB to 1 credit, right? So if you bring a model of 2 MB to the platform, you're going to be spending around 2 to 3 MB, 2 to 3 credits for the deployment. So basically what you need to do is, like, when you register, you have the 5 credits free. You can use that to explore and all of that. If you need to do more things on the platform, then you can get more credits. I don't know if Tosin wants to show us a little bit about how they can get credits right from the platform.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that. So quickly, to get credits from the platform, you can just go over to your account. I believe you all can see my screen.
Yeah, I think it's just coming up, so you might want to wait for it. Okay, yeah, it is here. You can see it.
Awesome. Yes.
At the top right corner, just go over to accounts and click on buy credits. And it should take you to the payment options for you to buy credits, basically. And from here, you can, buy all the credits you need for your project.
And right from here to add to that, we are aware of the bank limitations for how much dollar or like how much FX you can pay for on your credit card. So the currency part has an option for you to make payments in Naira. So it does like the conversion real quick in real time, and you can make your payments in Naira. So it doesn't have to be in USD.
Yes, exactly. So someone asks another question here that, hi, please, on the platform, is the registration a paid one? We need to make any payments done before we start any project? Absolutely no. So you can create your project and do as much as you want, actually, but the only time where you need credit is when you actually want to publish your projects. That's deploying it to a site that you can share with clients. But you can create your entire project on the editor totally free without any cost at all. And by default, when you create your account, you have 5 credits, just like Isiak said, and you can use that to deploy even before you make any payments. And okay, I think we still have one more question. So we have a question here says, so I noticed the lighting on the chair model in AR was a bit off compared to the one in the editor. Is there a way to make the lighting look better in AR? That's quite an interesting one. So on the platform currently, we have, let me share my screen. Can you all see my screen? Okay, it's taking a little while.
Yeah, it's taking
okay. So if you select your model viewer components and go over to your configurator, we have something called the light exposure value. So with the light exposure value, you can reduce the amount of light that actually bounces off your 3D models as well. So you can really explore some of the values we have in our configurator for this model viewer component to get the best out of what you want. Awesome. So are there any other questions? Okay, I think we've exhausted some of the questions we have. So Isiak, would you like to, just give us more details about SwiftXR generally, what people should look out for, and we can see how we can call it a day after that as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Tosin. So I know you must have talked about this before, but just to reiterate on that, when you come to SwiftXR, you don't really have to worry about what file size you are bringing. I mean, these are the things that we are very, very proud of about the platform. Like we pride ourselves on giving you the flexibility to come in, FBX, OBJ, STL, DLTF, because for you to actually use a 3D model on the web, you need it to be in GLB, but you don't have to worry about that. And we also, give a compression system that compresses your 3D model. So imagine you are bringing a 3D model of 100 MB and you are worried that, okay, maybe your clients will have to, or like anybody you are sharing it with, we have to wait for some time to download that 3D model before they can view it. On our platform, you can immediately compress this 3D model. And if you're also worried that maybe compressing is going to reduce the quality, no. So the compression system is already divided into two. So you can compress the texture as well as the mesh. So you can choose to compress only the mesh and not the texture. You can choose to balance it up a little bit and all of that. And immediately, and since you also can see it, so you can decide immediately and again try to adjust the values as it pleases you. So before I continue, I think we have two more questions here. Okay, so let me pick from the bottom. What are the things we need to get done if we are to go deep into this course? So basically, for like if we are to do more, the only thing that we are not taking care of on SwiftXR is the 3D model part. So once you have your 3D model, bring it to the platform. Everything you are going to be doing on the platform. I mean, there are more stuff that you can do on the platform, right? But everything you are going to be doing is already like SwiftXR is a component-based platform, basically. So what that means is that just drag and drop your components and you are able to do anything you want to do. So like I mentioned earlier, we have artwork components that can help artists share their artwork. And by sharing is they are not sharing just the picture, right? They are sharing things that you can put it on your wall, you can put it everywhere in the room, and you can see what it looks like. We have this is me doing like giving you early access information because we are on this call, right? So if you know Ready Player Me, so Ready Player Me is like a digital avatar company and everybody is creating their digital avatar now. But like when you create it, you just have it there. So on SwiftXR again, now it's a new feature. You can, like just go to SwiftXR and you just drag the Ready Player Me components there and you can customize your Ready Player Me avatar and you have it in there. So like that is early access information, right? And that is a feature that was just released today. So there are a lot of other things that so that there are a lot of other things that you can do on the platform, but these are just like a summary of some of those things. So and will you be able to share the recording? I joined late. Yeah, the recording is going to be available on YouTube after the call. Then we can share the YouTube link to everybody to look at. So that would be great. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think there is. Okay.
We still have one more question. It says, does it have any requirements to get done? Just like other platforms have some feature your system do need to have before using.
Interesting.
That's quite an interesting question. I think I would call on our lead engineer to give more details and insight on that. Ahmed, would you like to share more insight and details on that particular question?
Yeah, again, thank you, Tosin. I mean, technically, we do not have a specific requirement. It's just like saying, as long as your laptop can visit a website, right? Your laptop should also be able to build on SwiftXR. Again, we've made everything really modular. So what I mean is, like, I don't think you should worry about laptop requirements for now, right? Again, any laptop you have should actually be able to run SwiftXR, as long as the browser, one has the latest version of Chrome, which is really, really important because we have some of our core technology, on Chrome. So either Chrome, Edge, which is Microsoft Edge, or Brave. I mean, just this latest browser, they just need to be updated. We do not have any particular requirements on the person's device. And we're also working on, so like, again, as much as SwiftXR is like super easy to use, we're also working on some courses which is going to be coming out really soon. It's going to be on our YouTube, and then it's going to be touching, again, all our component systems. So if you want to know more about some of these components, you can just easily go to the YouTube and start to watch them easily.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I mean, that was really great. And in the chat, we have a feedback form for you all to fill to help us make SwiftXR better and much more valuable to you all. So we would really implore us to, fill the feedback form. So from this workshop, we're able to get something valuable. And also with the platform, do you think there's something you want to see on the SwiftXR platform? Please feel free to share with us as well. Please join our community, because that's where you can get to our future updates and what is new that we are adding to SwiftXR. And you can also visit blogs to read more about what we're doing at SwiftXR. And with that, over to you, Isiak.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think somebody had a question. Isiak, I think someone tried to actually unmute. I think Odutayo. I don't know if you still have that question or that was a mistake.
I think the question was
asked already. I still want to answer the question. As in
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, please go ahead.
Concerning the SwiftXR, the link for the feedback, we will see where to put our what is needed to be added to SwiftXR, right? What as in the update, the things, the features we think SwiftXR should have, right?
Yes, please just give us your feedback. We would love it.
I'm still in this world of SRAR. This try-on app is still something I think people need so much to work on, because some majorly fashion app needs such technology so much, and to get such thing it requires much huge capital to set it up, maybe getting SDK likes. But I think if SwiftXR can try and work on getting that SDK or the web ways of trying your fashion stuff, I think that should be okay as well.
Thank you very much for that. We would receive this as a very, very good feedback, and hopefully in the near future we can, attend to this and make all our dreams come true.
Okay, Tosin, there is something else in the chat. Someone is asking what are the pricing options available for SwiftXR?
Oh, okay. I think we did share earlier, but I will just quickly share my screen once again so we can see the pricing options. And aside that, we would have the pricing options on our website as well, so you can have a look at that. So it's currently loading, which is strange. But here are some of our options, and just like Isiak said earlier, we understand the limit for those of us who use SwiftXR here in Nigeria, and we also have the Nigerian Naira equivalent for some of these pricing options. So you don't necessarily have to, pay with USD, but you can also pay with the local currency here in Nigeria. And here are some of the pricing options that we have. I hope that answers the question.
Okay, any other questions? Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, interesting. So if you go to on YouTube, we have like some random videos there at the moment, but we are working on our courses. We are working on introductory courses to how to use SwiftXR and different components of SwiftXR. So I think what we are going to do is once we publish those videos on YouTube, we are definitely going to reach out to the people in the community. And I think this is another reason why you should join our community on Discord. We're also going to, of course, like say it on our social media pages that our courses are not live. So you can look at them, and of course, like it's going to help you like really get started as fast as possible on SwiftXR. So we are also aware of the fact that as simple as it is for you to use SwiftXR, again, like there is need for some videos that you can recommend or that you can look at. So this is a link to our YouTube page has already been dropped here. You can check that. You can check that out, and again later you can also look at it for future videos that are going to be dropped. But please join the community on Discord. Then you can have like real-time information about it when it is live. Thank you. I think someone wants to ask a question.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very
Hello.
much, everybody, for joining.
Please, I need
okay. Go ahead, please.
the link for the feedback. My system went off. I just jumped back with my phone, please.
Okay.
So the link for the
There you go.
feedback has been shared once again, and you're good to go.
Yeah. Okay. So Tosin, just quick one on my side. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Amir. Can hear you.
Okay, good. So just want to say that, again, thank you so much for taking your time. But one of the reason we are actually pushing SwiftXR is we believe that almost everyone here is in that 3D space, right? The architecture space, right? And then you notice that you spend so much time on some of these 3D softwares, right? Trying to show your clients your work and all. And then after spending months, sometimes 3 months trying to design some architectural building, then what happens is you have to now render out a 2D image to show your client. And then sometimes your client may never appreciate that, right? But then with SwiftXR, you just remove the whole need for having renderings, because directly from your 3D software, you can just take that your 3D model, whatever format you want, bring it into SwiftXR, and then share it with your client as a link. And then clients can actually now start to appreciate that your 3D model in that same format you worked on, right? You don't need to waste your time rendering, right? Just in that 3D format and share to your client, and your client can now even bring it into AR. And this would actually help you boost, the whole client engagement and conversion rates. Just wanted to mention that. Cool.
Yeah, thank you for that, Ahmed. Really appreciate it. And I look forward to everybody's feedback on the feedback form. Once again, thank you for joining the call. Thank you so much for your contributions. And if you have any questions going forward, please, you can reach out to us on our social media pages, or you can send us an email at support@swiftxr.io. So I'm putting that. Yeah, so you can shoot us an email at support@swiftxr.io. I'll be looking forward to hearing from everybody. Once again, thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you all so much. Have a great day, everyone.